So guys, today here one more video gaming came on the LeetCode Camp channel. So like I have told you in the previous videos and the previous video and from the previous video I have told you that now in one video we solved two questions. In today's video we are solving 589 question and 590 question in this video. Okay, and you are thinking I did not solve 588 question in the previous video. I solved 586 and 587 question but in the previous video, but in today's video I want to solve 588 question and 589. Why you are thinking I did not solve 588 question? Because 588 questions in premium version, it means that it is locked, so that's why we are not solving, we are continuing with 589 and 590. So in the 589, the question name is an array tree pre-order traversal, and the second question name is the 590 question means an array tree post order traversal. The previous question is an array tree pre-order traversal, and this 590 question is an array tree post order traversal. Okay, and in both of the questions these we solve in the Python 3. First question is an easy one, means 589 question is easy one, and 590 also has been easy one question. So without wasting any time, without taking any long time, let's move to the computer screen. Let's do a coding with laughing. So guys, let's start with today's video. So we are solving over two questions like I have told you in my introduction. So first of all, we solve our first question by the name of 589 by the name of an ARY tree pre-order traversal. Then we solve our question number 2, 590 by the name of an ARY tree post order traversal. So first of all, we understand about 589 question with an coding exam with an question. First of all, we understand this question, then we will solve a 590 question. Okay. Now, it has been given me the root of an ARY tree with, and we wanted to run the pre-order traversal of its nodes values. Okay. Nairy tree input realization is represented in their level order traversal. Each group of children is separated by the null values. See the examples. Okay. Now it has been give you the some examples. Example 1, if you see here, it is one diagram it has been give me, in which here he wrote in down 1, and then let me give him the red color. Okay, here he wrote in down 1, and then here he wrote in down 2. If you see here, it is looking like a one binary tree. Okay, and then 3, and then 4 here he wrote in down. There's one diagram. Okay, and this is 6, and then here this 5, 8 has been written down. If you see here, in this here it created a narrow tree input serialization. It is represented in their level order traversal, and if you see here, each group is separated by the null values. See the example, so you can see it, and it has been give you some input in which he wrote in down integer array by the name of root, in which he wrote in down 1 null, 3 2 4 null, 5 6, and the output has been coming 1 3 5 6 2 4. Okay, and let me minus it. Okay, now perfect. Now, okay, now when we do this all the things, so now let's come on our example 2. I hope you understand the example 3. Okay, so now it is going like this. Let me show you. The output has been going like this. Let me put it like 1 3, then 5 it has been going you, and then 6, and then it is going on to the 2, and then it is going on to the 4. It is looking like this. You can see it. Let me give him the more outline and then write. Okay, it is going like this: 1 3 5 6 2 and then 4, the output. Okay, now if you see the diagram 2 of the example 2, here he created one diagram in which he wrote in down 1 and let me give him the red color. Now 1, and then here you written down 2, and then 3, and then there is come 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and then 8, and then here you written down 9, and then 10, here you written down, and then here it's 11. I'm just circling it, okay, so it makes sure here he written down 10, 11, 12, okay, 13, and then 14. Okay, here he written down these number if you see, okay, and if you see the input, here he written down 1 null, 2, then 3, 4, 5, then null, null, 6, 7, null, 8, null, then 9, 10. Null, null means nothing, okay. 11, then null, then 12, null, 13, null, null, and then 14. And the output is coming 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 11, 14, 8, 12, 5, 9, 3, 10. Okay, here you can see it. And let me show you how the output has been coming. Let me beg it. This is the output has been coming in the example 2. And the output has been coming like this. Let me show you. Let me minus it. Okay, let me zoom it. Now let me show you. Let me give into this face. Like it is going like 1, 2, 3, and then it is going like 6, 3, 6, then 7, and then it is going to the 11, and then 14, and then it is going to the 4, and then 4, when it is going to the 14, then 4, then 8, then 12, and then 5, then 9, then 13, then 10. It is going zigzag like this, okay, like this it is going. Here you can say, like, let me give it a yellow color or dark. It is going like this, like 1, 2, 3, then 3, then 6, then 7, then 11, then 14, then 4, 5, 12, then one more time zigzag, like this, okay. The output I mean coming. Constraints. The number of nodes in a tree in the range of 0 till 10, 0 less than equals to node.val. These are the some constraints, and it has been given the follow up require the solution in travel. Could you do it in it travelly? Okay, so now let's start to solve it in the LeetCode Camp website. I hope you understand this question. What is the question is trying to say? With a diagram I have told you that what is this question is trying to say. So now let's come on it here, and then let me open the Google Chrome. Now let's start to solve this question. So now there is a Python 3. We are solving this question. This is an easy one question. First of all, we are solving, and there some of the topics are included like stack, tree, depth first search. Total 6,13,000 people have submitted it. Only 4,67,000 has been accepted, and acceptance rate is total 76.2%. Okay. Now let's open it. Now let's start to write a code. Okay, so now let's start. To write our all the codes. So first of all, what we want to do, first of all, we define a triple quotes. Triple quotes mean we define a multi-line comment. Okay. Now first of all, I define a one definition for a node. Okay. First of all, we define a class of a node, class by the name of node. And then we define def init, and then self comma val semicolon, and then optional, and then int equals to none comma. Then we define children. I'm writing this in multi-line comment. Okay, optional, then list, and then here I define a semicolon, and then in which I write node, and then equals to none semicolon, then enter. Then self dot val equals to val self dot children equals to children. Okay, we have written about all the multi-line codes. Okay, so now we write our actual code. So first of all, here I define a class of a solution. It's a rule of a LeetCode game. Whenever you start to solve any question, first of all you define a class of a solution, defined as keyword pre-order self comma root node minus greater than list and then end semicolon enter, and then here we write if statement root is none, then here I return then square bracket enter. Okay, then I define res equals to root dot val and then for loop child in root dot children and then semicolon enter. Then res here I write dot extend self comma pre-order child back and then return res. Perfect. We have written over all the codes of a question, first question by the name of 589. So the last thing is to run it. Okay, so let's see it. Let me. Okay, so now let's run this code. Okay, so now let's start to run it, and first of all recheck all the code. Okay, this code is, I think, okay, these code are correct. So let's see the running code now. Okay, here you can see it has been accepted. The case 1 our expected output is 135624 and also output coming same, and the case 2 the expected output is let me show you. First of all let me come on it here. The case to the expected output is 1 2 3 6 7 11 14 4 8 12 5 9 13 10, and also output coming 1 2 3 6 7 11 14 4 8 12 5 9 13 10. Okay, so now the next thing is to submit this question. So let me submit this question. So when I submitted this question and the submitted question is also be correct and I beat 37.18% people, so let's paste this solution. Easy solution in Python 3 beats 31.48%. Visit Rayyan for more information, and let me post this solution. So I have posted this solution. So here you can see we easily ever solve a 589 question by the name of an ARY tree pre-order traversal. So we come on to our next question. So we have solved our first question very easily as. So let's come on to our next question. Now our next question is 590 question by the name of an ARR tree post order traversal. Now we solve pre-order traversal. Now we solve a post order traversal, and it's also easy one question which we solve. Okay, and now let's start to solve it. But first of all we understand the question, what is the question is trying to say to us, and then we will be solve it into the LeetCode camp official website. Okay, so now let's see how to solve it. So now let's start. Now it has been given me a one root of an ARI tree. I'm devoted to run the post order traversal of its nodes values. An ARY tree input serialization is represented in their level of the traversal. Each group of children is separated by the null value, and it has been given you as examples. Now if you see the diagram 1, it is one diagram 1, here you can see it, in which he written down 1, and let me give it with a yellow color, dark yellow. Okay, now he written down 1 and then 2 and then he written down 3 and then 4 and then 5 and then 6. Here you can see it. Now if you see the input for root, here he written down 1 3 2 4 5 6, the output. I mean it is going like this. Let me show you. It is going like this. Let me show you. let me give him little like 5. Okay, let me select this step. Okay, it is going like 5 6 3 and then 2 and then 4 and then 1. Okay, it is going like this. Things say like 5 6 3 2 4 and 1. Okay, and this type of output will be coming, and this example 1. So let me show you the example 2. Here he created a one more diagram. I hope you understand the first diagram. It is going like this, like 5 6 3 2 4 1. Here is one nary tree. Input serialization is represented in their level order traversal, and this each group of children is separated by the null value. Okay, now here you can see it. Here it has been give me a one diagram. Here you can see it. Like here he written down 1. Okay, let me show you. Here he written down 1 2 and then here it is 3, then 4 and then 5 6 7 8, here written down 9, 10 and then here written down 11, 12 and then here written down 13 and then 14. Okay, here he written down. Now if you see the input, here he written down 1 2 3 4 5 and then 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, and the output I am coming 2 6 14 11 7 3 12 8 4 13 9 10 5 and 1. Okay, the output I am coming like this. Let me bake it and let me show you. Now the output I am coming like this. It is the output my output I am coming like this. Let me show you. 2 and then 6 and then 14 and then 11 and then 7 and then 3 and then it is going to the 12, then 8, then 4 and then 13, then 9, then 10, then the 5, then it is going on to the 1. Okay, it is going, the output having coming like this. Okay, here you can see it like 2 6 14 11 like this. Here you can see it, the output having coming like this. Now if you see the constraints, it has been give you also be the constraints. You will be also see the constraints here. Okay, and it has been follow up required solution is trivial. Could you do it triviality? Okay, so now, so I hope you understand this question 590 by the name of NARI tree post order traversal. So let's start to solve it, this question in the Python 3. Okay, and the easy one question, and total topic stack tree depth first search, these are topics are included, and total 4 lakh 97,000 people have submitted it, this question, and only 4 lakh 1,000 has been accepted. Okay, so now let's start to solve this question in the Python 3. Anyways, first of all I define a class of a solution, because there is a rule of a LeetCode camp. To solve any question, first of all you define a class of a solution in which I define object. Define def keyword post order self comma root semicolon. Now here I define a one comment. If the root is none, comma, we want to return an empty list. If statement not root and then return. Here if the root is none, then we return an empty list. Our root is one none, because I define if not root, so that means our root is none. So that's why we want to return the empty list. Res equals to square bracket define the DFS function. Okay, here I define one DFS function, DFS root, and then recursively call DFS for each child of the current node. For loop acts in root dot children. Means here I first in the 10 line here I define a DFS function, and then here I am defining a recursively called DFS for each child of a current node. Okay. Append the value current to the result list. Okay, now here we define res.append, means in this line here I append the value of the current node to the result list. Okay, result list. Now what we want to do it now, here I define start DFS from the root. Now DFS root, and then the result containing node values and post order res. Okay, so what we do this in this code, first of all in the 4 and 5 line here our root is none, so that's why we return one empty list. Okay, then in the 10 line here I define a DFS function, and then in the 12 till 13 line here I recursively I call DFS for each child of the current node. Then in the 15 line here I append the value of a current node to the result list, and then in the 18 line here I start a one DFS from the root, and in the 21 line here I return the result list containing node values in the post order. So I hope you understand this question. So the last thing is to run this code. Okay, so please recheck the code. Okay, so now let's run this code. So the running code has been accepted. If a case 1 our expected output is 5 6 3 2 4 1, my also output becoming same. The case 2 our expected output is this, and my also output becoming same. So I hope you enjoyed today's video in which I solve a 590 question by the name of NARI3 post order traversal. If you enjoyed today's video, so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and all the notification bell also. But the last thing is to submit this question. So let's submit this question. The submission is also be let's see accepted. Here you can see it. So here you can see it. In today's video we solve over both question 589 and 590. So now let's meet you in the next class in which I solve 591 question and 592. So now let's meet you in the next very amazing video. So now for today, goodbye.